All right, let's move on to our next game here. This is a team that we loved last year in Louisiana, as long as they didn't play Appalachian State. Louisiana is catching 11 and a half at Iowa State. It's not Brocktober. Louisiana is one of the best teams, along with, or just a tad below Appalachian State in the belt. They're catching 11 and a half here at Iowa State. I'll let you take this away. What do you see here?
Well, Louisiana was great last year, and they really missed some big opportunities with a loaded team to take advantage of App State and Mississippi State. I think they had 7 combined turnovers out of those 2 games that they lost, where they could have taken the next step as a program and possibly won conference and beat a Power 5 program. But that's just not. It seems to be the problem for the last 3 years. Is anytime they get into a big situation game with a Power 5 or an App State team, they choke, and they choke in the form of turnovers. So, putting the 2 teams up against each other, the power rating is exactly where I have it at 11 and a half. Iowa State's defense returned 73% of their returning production, and they were 71st in success rate. They do lose their top tackler in Marcus Spears, but they return almost everybody else in the 3-3-5. Now, the 3-3-5 is something ULL is familiar with. Texas State ran a 3-3-5 last year, and they beat them like a drum. No one's going to mistake the Texas State defense from 2019 to be Iowa State. But ULL and Levi Lewis specifically he's familiar with seeing this. So, it shouldn't be anything new for him that should catch him off guard. Matt Campbell, doing some coach speak this week and had some interviews and said that establishing the run against a undersized Sunbelt defensive front is something that he wants to do. They can't take the next step in the Big 12 until they learn to establish the run. Montgomery's not coming back through that door. They got to find their next running back. They have to be able to run the ball to relieve Brock Purdy. And remember, we've said this before. You want Brock Purdy to shine? Keep the hands out of his face. Give him some clean targets. Give him some clean looks. You can help him out and get that play action pass going if you have a running game. So, for me, that says that if Iowa State's going to try to establish the run against an undersized front 7 of ULL, I think that this game may lack a little bit of scoring. It'd be in both their first games this season. Lafayette runs at just a lightning pace, but at the same time, they're not going to catch Iowa State deep. Iowa State has some talent in the back 7 they are built to defend air raids in the Big 12. So I think, Lafayette, ULL is going to depend mostly on the run. I think Iowa State's going to try to establish the run. That has me betting under 57.